Hey A&Pers, this is Dr. Jones checking in. This is A&P 1 Lab 4 Video 1. So we're working on page 31 of the book, and this is the Neuron Model. So the neuron is another word for a nerve cell, and the soma is the cell body. So that'll be this part here. And these gray things off the soma are the dendrites. The dendrites receive information. This is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus, you can see the nucleoli. The perikaryon is everything between the cell membrane and the nuclear envelope. So the cytoplasm of the soma minus the nucleus. The axon hillock is this orange triangle area. And the myelin sheath is this layer that covers the axon. So here's the axon. This is the axon cut open, but we've got axon dissected open, axon covered by this layer of myelin sheath. Now the myelin sheath is made of individual Schwann cells. So each of these cells, 1, 2, 3, is a Schwann cell, and it wraps around and around and around the axon, like if you wrapped a tortilla around and around and around a hot dog, except great big long hot dog, and here we've got 3 different tortillas. So each tortilla is a Schwann cell, and the layer of all of the tortillas is the myelin sheath. Now the gap between the Schwann cells is the node of Ranvier, capital R, it was the guy's name. The endoneurium is connective tissue covering. Just like we had endomysium surrounding the muscle, we've got endoneurium surrounding the nerve, neuro for nerve, just like we had myo for muscle. The neurolemma is the outer membrane of the Schwann cell. Now all of these are cell membranes of the Schwann cell because it's one cell wrapped around and around, but I'm only talking about the very outer edge of the Schwann cell, the very outer membrane. So if this were a pancake or a crepe wrapped around and around and around, it'd be the very outer edge that you could pour syrup on. The axolemma is the cell membrane of just the axon. So if they point here and say name structure, we're going with axon, but this membrane is the axolemma. Just like here, the layer is the Schwann, the cell is the Schwann cell, the layer is the myelin sheath, but this membrane is the neurolemma. This is the newer version of all the same thing. So you've got the nucleus, perikaryon, the dendrites that receive information, axon hillock, which is where the information processing takes place, and the axon, which sends the information, axolemma, all the rest is the same. The one thing we haven't said is these little things here. So these are a smaller version of this. So this is your next model. It says the telodendrium. So when the axon splits to go to different synaptic knobs, the splits of the axon are called the telodendrium. And then this is the synaptic knob, and it contains synaptic vesicles, which are the pearls, and the pearls contain neurotransmitter. The neurotransmitter we had for lab 3 with the muscles was acetylcholine, but there are other neurotransmitters